In one of your recent interviews, you did say that Wild Song to you is your most important book. Why did you say that?
I feel its importance. Like, I feel like, one of the things that I discovered when I started to research the story of the World Fair was that there's no record. There are very few records of the Filipinos who were taken to the fair. You don't hear their voices. Even if you read the newspapers of the time, the newspapers distorted the story. There were a lot of lies said about the Igorots. They were constantly denigrated in the newspapers. Um, and I feel deeply as a Filipino. One of the things I feel deeply is that colonial mentality that we have all grown up with. That the way, when I was a kid, I used to look up to America, and used to wish if only life had been different and I was born an American with blonde hair and a nice nose. I saw it in my parents, that kind of kind of a Filipino self hatred. You don't like the way you look. You find your skin too dark. Everything you do is not good enough. We used to go to the PX goods places and buy American toys, American goods,
That
American appliances.
the U.S.
So you
bases, di
grow
ba?
up with,
People would go to Clark and buy, you know,
yeah, we used that
im-
was like our outing, and we loved it. And we
uh,
would come home with Fisher Price toys. And I was like, and growing up with that, I took it for granted. But then when I lived abroad, and I had to defend and represent and show, you're always called upon to be a better you because you are the only Filipino in the room, you know. And I started seeing yourself in comparison to other people. I don't want to say races, other heritages. Um, you realize, hey, I compare well. I'm sometimes better than them. I'm smarter than them. I'm more creative. I can talk in a room and everyone will listen. And I began to kind of revise that identity that I'd grown up with my parents, of thinking that what is American is better. And I began to ask myself, why were we like that? Why do we feel so inferior, even physically inferior? So I felt it really, really deeply. And writing Wild Song opened my eyes to all kinds of things. It felt like the setting of the World Fair was the root of so many things that I experienced as a child. Like, for example,